it's a tough another freaking day as a Bianca Belair fan to say the least. Another tough one of those days, ladies and gentlemen. Well, anyways, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode Lucas E. Allen 1018 on YouTube and all audio platforms. Lucas E. Allen Show, which latest episode of LimitsCenter for your Monday, February 16th of 2026. For anything, follow me on social media: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Lucas E. Allen. Also, say XRS on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook as well, or TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter as well. Watching today's podcast on YouTube, click the like button in today's podcast. Hit the subscribe button if you've done so already. Turn the bell for your post notifications when it's up on this channel. And always leave a comment. Leave my episode for your Monday, February 16th of 2026. Watch on Spotify for your latest episode of LimitsCenter. Also hit basically the comment button and leave a comment to give me this episode of say at least. And always hit me a 5-star rating, be very nice as well as say at least. Let's get started on today's podcast, man. Not a lot to discuss. Also, a few different topics. There might be around 4 news pieces to be discussing today. We'll at least do limit on 4 segments on this podcast, or if there'll be enough to do a podcast. So basically, all 4, basically a bare minimum to say at least. I originally want to do a podcast because, I'm trying. I did this my Sage XRS Twitter account. I'm trying to basically be like a daily freaking broadcast, kind of like a radio show. But kind of like more times than not. Some people do like radio shows like on weekdays and stuff like that, or weekends. You get the point, maybe once on a weekend, 2 and all 5 days throughout the week. But I want to basically be more like everyday like content for YouTube and Spotify. It doesn't include my second channel, Lucas E. Allen, on YouTube and stuff like that. It's my main YouTube channel, Lucas E. Allen 1018. And also audio platforms, Lucas E. Allen Show. So I'm thinking, hopefully I can do this. So I think I'm not doing much to it as well as this week, basically. So I'm thinking do LimitsCenter at least 7 times a week. Like once every freaking day, man. I'm thinking about doing that to hopefully to start this week at least. If I let you know about that, it changes, I'll let you know in this Sage XRS Twitter account to say at least. Main cover that he came from your wrestling news and stuff to say at least. So starting with your podcast, let's discuss Matt Hardy. Says him and Jeff Hardy, his brother, are in constant negotiations about doing more things in WWE. We're discussing that. Also, in Kevin Nash, a interesting take on a critique on Javon Evans. Critiques Javon Evans about needing a little bit more of an edge to him as well. We'll discuss that. Kind of reminds you of Vince McMahon to a point he says about wrestlers in the past, to say at least. He's always had wrestlers, but it's getting nothing other ego, stuff like that. But it's not the worst thing Mel said, honestly, about Javon Evans. I don't think it's that bad. Like, people make it out to be a little bit. This is a bad comment. I would say it's a bad comment. At least he praised Javon's work a little bit in the discussed the podcast. And always, the big story in today's episode: Bianca Belair to undergo surgery on her broken finger. That's a big news topic today. Also, in the backstage news on the Inspirations, also the Iconics of Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, or Cassie Lee and now Jesse McKay. The Inspirations AEW status. So this is all in today's podcast. Glad you're joining me. These conversations. This Monday's LimitsCenter podcast for Monday, February 4th, 16th of 2026. I don't know what freaking day it is at all. It's on today's podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Starting with, you guessed it, Matt Hardy. It says him and his brother Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys, are in constant negotiations about doing more things in the WWE world, wrestling, entertainment. The Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, are looking to maintain their presence in TNA wrestling while seamlessly collaborating with the WWE on future projects. In an interview with Metro, Matt Hardy revealed that the legendary tag team remains in frequent contact with WWE regarding new opportunities. Matt says, and I quote, "We're in constant negotiations in WWE about doing some more stuff." Matt stated, "We will do more with them in the future," end quote. Definitely something there that I think about to say at least. Can I see the Hardy Boys being at WrestleMania 42? There's always a possibility. There's definitely a possibility, especially with working relationship with TNA and stuff like that. But I don't know about this year. Maybe I don't think it's Saudi at all for 43. But everyone's probably thinking about the Hardy Boys, and like WrestleMania return stuff. They had say the same thing. WrestleMania what, 33 when the Undertaker beat Roman Reigns beat the Undertaker. That WrestleMania ago, I think it was 30. Yeah, it was a year after 32. Yeah, Arlington Stadium. So there you go. So it'd be interesting to see maybe the Hardy Boys making a comeback in WWE. It could be a possibility to say at least. I'm a big Hardy Boys fan. I think they're where they once were, no, but they still are pretty good. I was wrong about Jeff. I've heard Jeff as a Hardy out of the two, especially a singles wrestler. I'm not saying Matt's like a bad wrestler. I prefer him as brother Jeff. I prefer Jeff to be like on his own. On my night, he was a pretty underrated WWE champion. So there you go. Be interesting to see if the Hardy Boys come back to WWE in the future. We keep updating them going for, if you ask me. Moving on to Kevin Nash. Yeah, the Degeneration Action NWO bullshit into Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash critiques Javon Evans about needing a little bit of an edge. Interesting. You hear freaking sirens at the top of this segment. Oh joy. WWE legend Kevin Nash shared a detailed critique about rising star Javon Evans. On one of these episodes was Click This Podcast. What a basic ass freaking name, nonetheless. Dude. What a basic. Click This Podcast. Click, give me a key. It says a K-L-I-Q, honestly. Click this podcast. Oh, joy. Well, Nash acknowledged Evans' status as an elite athlete. Would you say that? I'll give him. He expressed a desire to see a 21-year-old incorporate more of a grit and edge into his in-ring presence. Nash specifically highlighted Evans' top rope diamond cutter from last week's episode of Monday Night Raw as an exact type of viral moment that WWE seeks in their current era on Netflix. However, you know that the young wrestler's presentation occasionally leans too heavily into showmanship rather than the realism of a fight. Despite the critique, Nash was complimentary of Evans' wrestling skills, particularly his ability to strike. He encouraged Evans to slow down and use those strikes to make his matches feel like more of a legitimate contest. He says in a quote, he's an incredible athlete. He's a bit too fucking Mr. Bojanagles? What the fuck does that mean, Mr. Kevin? Mr. Bojanagles? Am I butchering this? I'm probably butchering his name, obviously. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, or do I want to fucking know? For me, I wish he was a little bit more a baron, Nash said. I understand it's Netflix. I understand that there's a big fucking world out there besides one that fucking 66-year-old Detroit boy Kevin Nash wants. A lot of freaking fuckings in this report, obviously, here, this news article. What he said here. But I just want to have him to have a little bit of an edge. But if he's not going to have an edge, then he knows how to throw. He can strike. He throws a good punch. Fucking take your time and throw a good punch. Maybe put 2 or 3 together. Something where fucking you tell me this shit, if this shit was real. All the athleticism I have to, if I can use. Which is freaking something weird to say there, Kevin. Let's just be real. So many fuckings and shits and bleeps in this freaking report, man. Not that I'm complaining. Like, I curse, I'll say the word fucking and shit a lot in this podcast, but still. But I'm not 66-year-old. I'm not 66-year-old like Kevin Nash. I'm 21 years old, honestly. Nash pointed out his long... Wait, am I the same age? I just realized, am I the same age as Devon Evans? Yes, I freaking am. That's kind of crazy, man. Kind of crazy, if you ask me. Just realized it said the year 21. There you go. Nash pointed out his longtime friend and Click member, Sean X-Pac Waltman, as a blueprint for the style he wants to see from Evans. He recalled that Waltman is as the 1-2-3 kid combining high-flying maneuvers. You hear a damn bike blazing down my street. What else is freaking new, man? Okay, it's just not even like freaking like 60 degrees and there's bikes already blazing down my street. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Maneuvers with stiff kicks and convinced the audience of his legitimacy. He says in a quote, he says he sells good. I mean, he does everything good. Sean Waltman is a perfect example, and Nash what we explained, where he was a 1-2-3 kid, and they shoved his eyebrows that motherfucker, if he got to you in the corner, and he fucking lit you up like those fucking kicks. Almost so many fuckings in this, Mr. Kevin. There wasn't anybody at home that didn't think that it was that fucking guy knows what the fuck he's doing. His shit was stiff. I loved working with him. End quote. It must be the fucking man himself, Mr. Kevin Nash. Man cannot say one word of a fucking in this podcast. I know I tend to curse a lot, say F-bombs a lot on this podcast, but let's be real. I am 21 years old, and Kevin Nash is 66, and he's acting like he's a 21-year-old. What the fuck kind of a take is this? If Javon Evans is no different than a Will Ospreay, then you're saying that this rate than Kevin Nash. I'm not saying that these wrestlers these days, not like the old school wrestlers like for Kevin Nash, for example, or Triple H, or guys like that. I'm not saying that. Why is he shaming himself to be Javon Evans? It's not just a Javon Evans problem, Mr. Kevin. It is a 2026 era wrestling problem. Whether you like it or not, is he high to behold? Or clearly you don't like it, obviously, just blaming Javon Evans. People are saying he's a racist and stuff like that about Javon Evans. I'm not going to go that far yet. But if he does say he does come out and say that he's basically saying just for Javon Evans' sake, then it might be a thank you that it's a little bit low towards racism there, Mr. Kevin. Just letting you know about that. And at least he praised Javon. I give him that, honestly, to a point here. I'm not totally shit on Kevin Nash. Usually I could probably shit on wrestlers like just like Bill Goldberg, like Bret Hart to a point, stuff like that. But still. Those are my thoughts in this segment for sure. I want to some sad news as a Bianca Belair fan I am. Bianca Belair to undergo surgery on her broken finger. Bianca Belair is dealing with significant hand injury and is scheduled to undergo surgery today, Monday, February 2016 to 2026. That's today, obviously, like I just said. Belair shared the update on social media over the weekend to keep fans informed for her progress. And probably, I think I saw this yesterday on Instagram. Finger surgery tomorrow, meaning today, obviously, Belair wrote accompanying her post with a praying emoji. This just fucking sucks, man. Not seeing Bianca Belair, she's going to surgery. She's going to miss WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. That's just a situation. Like, who does Jade face at WrestleMania? I'm glad you asked people. In fact, I discussed my Sage, XR's Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok accounts. How about the real, just a publicity before I went on the air with this podcast I lost. Charlotte Flair is your opponent for Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. That's not my issue with that. I bet it's his part what could be the case. If not, it's not Charlotte Flair, maybe a less Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss in a triple threat match with Jade Cargill. One or the other. There's definitely a possibility to be a triple threat match. But I just can't see Charlotte not being involved with your Alexa Bliss or even Jade Cargill if Bianca Belair's not involved. So the perfect scenario is either a triple threat match with her, with Charlotte, Jade, and Alexa, or just Charlotte and Jade one-on-one. But this is just an awful situation for Bianca. I feel so incredibly bad for her. She's been out for a freaking year at this point at the missing WrestleMania. Like, that is fucking crazy, man. I know the bump she took at WrestleMania was apparently when she briefly fell on the finger of Bianca during a triple threat match with her, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. So that must have hurt, like, it definitely probably hurt, like, major crap, man, but still, the recovery's going to take this long, man. Then a surgery tomorrow, like, that sucks for you, Bianca Belair, feeling like I am. That's just freaking fucked up, man. It just sucks seeing Bianca Belair like that, to say the least. Wish that woman all the best. Ladies and gentlemen, like I always tell you, she's my second favorite women's wrestler in the whole world. Right behind Mercedes Moné. I think the world of Bianca. I'm very sad for she missed not even just the Royal Rumble, but she missed in WrestleMania too. And that sucks pretty much if you ask me to say at least. Wish that woman all the freaking best in the world, honestly. She deserves to obviously see them probably going to surgery, as they say, but she's probably recording. Probably doing an update on her surgery, how it went to say at least, but I'm yet to see that out, obviously not at all. But keep up on Bianca Belair when she nearly comes back to WWE eventually, though. She's definitely going to come probably this year. I don't see her missing all of 2020, most of 2025 going into 2026. I just don't see that being the case. So keep you updated on Bianca Belair going forward. If you ask me, hopefully she's okay, and hope to see her back on WWE, Raw, or SmackDown television for sure. Moving on to the final part of LimitsCenter podcast for Monday, February 16th, 2026, LimitsCenter. Backstage news on the inspirations to former Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, not Jesse McKay, or Jesse Lee, and also Jesse McKay. Backstage news on the inspirations AEW status. That's a following Grand Slam Australia, but they had like the live event for AEW. And now the inspiration, I believe, are now All Elite. The inspiration, Cassie Lee and Jesse McKay, officially joined the AEW roster. With new details coming out regarding their contract status. The duo made their AEW debut on Sunday, February 15th, 2026, at the AEW House Rules event in Brisbane, Australia, where they announced that they signed with the promotion. According to Fightful Select, Lee and McKay have signed a multi-year deal with the AEW. The report noted that their arrival in the company had been considered a foregone conclusion for at least the last month following their exit from TNA Wrestling to TNA, to say the least. I'll be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not the biggest fan towards the Iconics as a gimmick in WWE. I was a fan towards Peyton Royce to a point. I wasn't really caring about Billy Kay, honestly. I thought the two, I prefer Peyton Royce. Better wrestling, even better look, honestly, for a female, honestly. This is me. Definitely a better wrestler than Billy Kay was. I don't know if they did much of AEW and TNA to say, at least in the inspiration, since their WWE exit. I heard they gotten better. But I don't mind this for the AEW World Tag Team Championship division to say at least. If they're looking at singles capacity, just end that shit right now. Maybe Cassie Lee can be a decent women's wrestler in the TBS Championship division. But I feel they're better off as a tag team. Especially when you have AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. So I'm not saying they can't like challenge these championships. They probably can be a nice competitor to this team in that division. So I don't mind that side for that standpoint at all. It was like an individual, like one-on-one, like specific thing here, and then cut that shit right now. Because that's not going to work out for your mustard, Tony Khan. Well, I'm not going to hate this time. People are already shitting. You're in the situation. You absolutely love the hire, or you hate the hire, obviously. Most of the podcasters like me here, like they hate the freaking hire. Fans on Twitter and whatever you name it, Instagram and TikTok, are probably love the hire. I'm right in the freaking middle, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm a podcaster. And I'm a freaking podcaster, man. Sharing not a fucking carb, ladies, not my freaking stream, man. It's insane, man. It is quite insane how stupid people can be in the year 2026. Like I said, I don't mind this hire for AEW Women's Championship Tag Team Championship Division. But if anything other than that, then that's where I got a little bit of a problem with Tony Khan. Because they're not going to help your singles division whatsoever. Tag Team Division, absolutely, honestly. But those are my thoughts on this for sure, if you ask me. That is your LimitsCenter podcast for your Monday, February 16th of 2026. On YouTube and all Lucas Allen 1018 and all audio platforms, Lucas Allen Show. Thank you all for watching Lucas Allen 1018 on YouTube and all audio platforms, Lucas Allen Show, which is LimitsCenter podcast for Monday, February 16th of 2026. And as always, I'll catch you on more content, not even just on this YouTube channel, all audio platforms, Lucas Allen Show. I also have my second channel, Lucas Allen, as well, to say the least. And until next time, I'm supposed to be next time, everybody. Peace and love, alright? I am out here. Love you all big time, to say the least.